My name is Maria, and you're listening to the podcast where we deconstruct someone's PhD experience so that you can reconstruct your own. This is a journey with many challenges, but you might find yourself in a similar situation as one of the guests here. Enjoy listening. Hello, curious researchers. How many of you are used to bringing home good grades? How many of you have cracked the system of learning for a good grade, only to have it fail you completely when you started your PhD? How many of you have found the solution? So the thing is that the academic system teaches us very different things that might not be useful for life. Because through primary school, through middle school, high school, university, all the way to master level, all the way including master level, we are taught to get the best grades. You know, I totally get you. I was there as well. I was the one who was bringing home good grades and who was also expecting that during the PhD, something like this will continue. And then I realized in the first year, something is off. What is happening? I'm not getting anywhere because nobody's giving me assignments. Nobody is saying which grade I got. And I feel that there is no progress. So I also feel in a way stuck. And I was waiting for somebody else to give me assignments like we are used to during the whole of our curriculum all the way to the PhD. It's the professor who thinks of the exams. It's the professor, that thinks of everything that is about that course. And yours is just to show up, study, and show your answers. But during the PhD, it's up to us to show the initiative. And sometimes the professor is very absent. Maybe both of them, maybe you have two of them. Maybe they are not even the experts in the topic. Maybe they hired you because they wanted to expand that area of knowledge that was missing in their group. So all of a sudden, what is required is your active participation and active contribution. Whereas all the way up until now, it was a passive contribution. So this is quite a change if we don't know what's waiting for us, if we are not used to this. Maybe even worse, the fact that we are used to stay in the good student syndrome, in bringing home good grades. We're not used to fail. We're not used to sit with ourselves and sit with those feelings when we fail. We don't know what it means. We don't know. Nobody has ever taught us how to do that. And the thing is that PhD requires of us to fail so many times in order to succeed once in years, and fail many times. And this may sound scary, and you are panicking, and you're like, I don't want to go through this. I don't need all these feelings. I don't want this baggage on my shoulders. But the sooner you become friends with failure, it is going to be so much relieving. Really, it's going to be a relief. You are like, oh, I messed up. I don't know, simple things. It's just like I click the reply all button, and then I click another reply all button, and then now everybody knows that I am not able to write an email and put my thoughts together. No, it's like, okay, I did this. Sorry, not going to repeat again. Learned from my experience, and maybe it will repeat. And even if it repeats, you're going to be like, oh, right, this happened again. So let me see. Was I distracted? Was I typing in a hurry? Was I maniacally clicking? So instead of engaging in thoughts like, oh my God, now I'm like this and like that, and judging yourself, trying to see what made you do that. It's more like going from all the negative chatter in your mind to a supportive state of mind. I saw this saying online, saying a successful person has failed more times than the unsuccessful one has tried. Think about this. The successful person has failed more times than the unsuccessful one has even tried. Think about this mind spin if we are in this good student syndrome. We want to succeed. And in order to succeed, we are asked to show ourselves and fail. And yet, if we are stuck to the good student syndrome, to be perfect and get it right and know all the answers, then there is a contradictory thing in there. This can be very draining and very tiring. Which one do you choose to abide by? Which one will get you further? And I understand it's not going to happen overnight. It's not like maybe you listen to this podcast or maybe somebody else had said something. Maybe you had a conversation and you heard something, but it's work. It's choosing every day over and over again. It's like, okay. Am I going to work today to get it all right? Or am I going to work today to explore? Explore, because we are researchers. And this is what we are paid for. Imagine that you are paid to fail. Amazing. And I don't know which branch you are working in, but if it's a branch that doesn't affect somebody dying because of your research, amazing. Allow yourself to fail as many times as possible. This is exactly why you are paid, to figure out all the things where it doesn't work and to bring this knowledge and say, look, I've tried gazillion directions and gazillion topics and all of these didn't work under these conditions, this condition, this conditions, You can list them all and you're like, and maybe in this one specific case, it works. Not even like, yes, I have found the perfect solution, but maybe I have found a way that it works. And what I want to invite you is to look around you, ideally at your peers who have the same supervisor, and find one who has a different way of being and doing than you have. Somebody who seems to have it easygoing, while for you, you seem to struggle a lot in your head to make one move. And this is all from your perspective. And use this example that it is possible to act differently and get to the same result. So you are two of you are both with the same supervisor, you are both in the same group, you are both going towards a PhD. Of course, you have different topics and you are different people and you have different reactions to it. But have a look that it's possible, to have a different interior landscape and maybe be more stressed. So find a person who's less stressed. Please don't find the person who is more stressed. Unless you want to be like, okay, maybe you can help that person be less stressed. And please do not use this example to compare yourself to someone else. I just want to bring it and say, hey, look at other people. If that inspires you, maybe they can inspire something inside of you that you want to shift. Because comparing to somebody else, it's totally pointless. And it's absolutely against you. And you cannot win. Like if your brain starts comparing, somebody either has more weight or less weight, or somebody has longer hair or shorter hair, or somebody has more publications or less publications. There's always more or less. But is it good or bad? Is more good? Is less bad? Or the other way around? It doesn't matter really. What matters is like what it does to you. Like you can have 0 publications and be extremely happy during your PhD. Or you can have 25 publications in high impact journals and be extremely miserable. And I know these people. So don't think that just because you will have more publications, it will make you more happy. So the only person that you can compare to is yourself from yesterday, or a month ago, a year ago, 15 years ago. And see where you are compared to the past version of yourself. And finally, find places and people who allow you to fail, who support you in this, who cheer for you. And it doesn't mean that your current place is not like that. So please check if your current environment supports this. And not once, because if you're used to showing up in a good student syndrome for a while, then people expect this kind of behavior from you. But please check this multiple times, because if people are used to you not failing, they might take time to adjust to the new you who is trying and failing more often. And you might be surprised to see how much support you can find in there. People might be in the beginning shocked and surprised, but I'm pretty sure that if you stick with this, you can teach them and even give them an example of how it looks like to fail as many times as possible and to believe that this is going to lead you somewhere. Because this is the example that we all need. It's a beautiful example. And if you have the strength and courage to do that, please do it. And please find support. Find people who are going to cheer for you when you are experimenting, because that's the most beautiful thing that you can do for yourself, not only during the research, but also in your life. We're all just figuring it out and exploring and trying to see who we are. Good luck in everything. If you're looking the kind of support through coaching and through working one-on-one, I invite you to work together. It is a coaching program that lasts 4 months, and we see each other once a week, one-on-one, where you can bring all the failures and all the things that are not working, and this is going to be amazing. I'm going to be happy for you. I'm going to be cheering for you, and we are going to be looking for new ways of showing up. I'm excited to hear from you, and I'm excited for you to see how you explore your PhD and how you explore overall your life. Thanks for listening to this podcast episode. If there was anything that you discovered or found remotely interesting, do share. I'm always curious to hear what is it that you resonated with. See you in the next episode.